Now, the next step in making your pillow, now that you've got all of your patterns traced, is to cut apart all the different pieces. But you don't want to do this directly on the lines because you're going to cut it out on the lines later. What you want to do is just roughly cut around things that are going to be different colors. Now, in my case, I'm going to make a dark bay horse. And what that means is that it's a brown horse with a black mane and tail and some black accents. And I'm also going to have him have a little white star in his forehead. So that's a little white marking. In most of these kits too, you have a centerpiece and possibly the mane that's going to be a lighter color. So you're going to want to look at your pattern sheet here and see what's supposed to be what color. And some of you can cut out together as big groups. Because those are going to go on the same color of felt. So again, don't cut around the individual parts. Just cut big groups here, or if you have to, you can cut single things. So I know my head is going on the darkest brown in my case. So I'm going to cut that out, and you can see I'm not cutting on the line here. This happens to be touching where I traced it. That's not a big deal. You just generally don't want to cut on the line. I know the center face here, which is this piece, is going to go on a slightly lighter brown, so I'm going to cut that out separately. All right. Whenever you have little pieces sticking off the end, I don't know if you can see that, I just trim those off because they're going to end up getting ironed onto your felt, and that's kind of a waste of your felt, so I take those right off. All right, so now I have my big neck piece. That's going to go on my dark brown. I'm going to cut that out. My ear, dark brown. The bigger of the ear pieces is your outer ear. These little skinny ones that we have here are your inner ear, and those are going to be black in my case. In fact, as it turns out, because I'm making a bay, all of the rest of my parts here are going to be black, except for my white star, which is this piece here. All right, and see, I've got another long tail of leftover Wonder Under there. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to cut my star out. All right, so now I have all of my big groups of parts that I'm going to iron onto the felt. So let me get my felt. Okay, so for my dark bay horse, I've got actually 4 different colors of felt here. So my main felt color is actually going to be this dark brown. If you were doing a chestnut horse, this would be your rust. Palomino, this would be a tan kind of thing. So on my dark brown, and again, you just can look back at your pattern sheet and it tells you what colors should go, you know, what pattern pieces should go on what color of felt, okay? So I know I need my neck on my dark brown, and again, you're gonna wanna lay these out so you're not wasting too much felt. I don't know, maybe that's me. I'm always trying to save felt because I use an awful lot of felt, but do what you can to conserve your felt. I'm not doing too good of a job with it here. Maybe I want to do that, and that'll leave me this area open here. So there's my main head piece, my neck piece. I know my outer ears need to be on this color. See, that one fits good right there. Here's my other ear. I'm going to put that there. All right, now is that, and I'm going to look back at my pattern sheet, is that everything that I need to be on my dark brown felt? I think so. So I'm going to put that one aside. Now I'm going to make the center of the face a lighter color. You don't have to do this, but it adds a little dimension to your final design. But if you don't like it, you can do it on the same as the rest of the horse. That's fine. This, I only have this one piece that's going to go on there. So there's my slightly lighter brown felt. All of this stuff, again, because I'm making a bay horse that's going to have a black mane. So I have all my mane pieces together. These all are pieces of the nose. And the inner ear edges. So that's what all those crazy things are. You'll see when we get this ironed on and cut out and put together. This one's going to fit nicely right along the edge there. I also have my little mane piece. And then the final one that I need to lay out is just this little star. So just this one lonely little piece going on my white piece of felt. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a medium hot iron and we're going to warm it up. And then you just have to place it on top of your traced patterns here. Now, these should be paper side up, fusible webbing side down. So you should be able to put it on there. Now, you don't want to leave your iron on there too long. All of this felt, even when it's wool blend, is mostly polyester, which is a plastic. So if you leave the iron on there too long, you will end up melting the felt. So it's better to not iron enough and then do a little more if it's not stuck than it is to leave the iron down too long and melt your felt. So I usually just place the iron down on top of it, and then I check to see, is the paper, is it stuck? We'll peel the paper off later, but right for now, when you iron it on, the paper should feel pretty stuck on there. All right, so that's your next step. I'm not going to show you a video of that. I think that's sort of self-explanatory. So go ahead and get all of your pieces ironed onto your pieces of felt, and then we'll go from there.